Hello everyone, welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise. Last time we did the delivering of basically an account item of unique mushrooms, and we also saved the bunny dongos as she's claiming. She's like, oh yeah, you defeated this monster, we have a safe passage for everything. Um, One thing I did want to show is what the feline and the palamute have. They have the Zuchi stuff, which I kind of like how the armor looks on the Palico, and the weapon's actually not that bad. However, I did make this weapon, which is better at melee, but the Palico doesn't have any affinity with it. Alternatively, I could make this weapon, but you have negative affinity, but does get a defense bonus. Also, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. If you put on the whole thing, it's basically Palico the mariachi band later. It's crazy. It's ridiculously silly, and I love it. Without it, the Palico has how much defense? 110, and it goes up to 134. Which isn't bad. 144 if I go with this. Although I don't have a whole... Okay, 2 for the weapon, 1 for these. If I want water resistance, this is actually pretty good. However, I'm not sure how I feel about that. But the palamute equipment is not that bad. Well, the affinity is, but... looks like some dog, an army dog that's like got all the muck from the swamp on him. Usually the Palico stuff looks sillier than the Palamute. The Palamute looks a lot more utility-wise better. I haven't fought enough Rockies to actually get some of that. I have enough to get one, but I don't have enough to get both. Wait, yeah, let's talk to the quest maiden here. Welcome back. The great Azuchi has been hunted, and the ingredients have been delivered safely. Yomagi is back to her usual routine, and I'm no longer in panic mode. Crisis averted. And now, as a reward, defender of the Dango, you can take on 2-star quests. On your way to the top, but you're not out of the woods yet. More dangerous threats await, so make sure to prepare well. So these are now what we have to do. We have to complete 3. Okay. Slay the Banarba and Alteroth, I think is how... I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Popo tongues. Oh no, we're cutting the tongues out the popo. That's the big tusked things, I believe. Lagombi is the bunny thing I was thinking of. This is going to be our first like venture into the Frostlands. And we can hunt an Azeros. Azeros aren't that bad. Baggy and then the Great Baggy. I will say the Lagombi and the Azeros fight very similarly, and they're both irritating to fight. So, I'll actually show off it. That's gonna be probably what my main objective is showing off the big monsters. Do I want to go with dual blades again? I did actually go off screen and make the Kulu pack that do give me more affinity, which increases the damage output. And I also am able to get quite a bit more attack. So I might go for that. I have 5% affinity with these and 20% if I use these. Demon Flight's the switch skill I changed to, which is basically what was allowing me to jump around crazily. I could go with that. I also did create the Wind Thief Scimitar, which looks pretty cool. Do I have a way to... There we go. I could be Silkbind Sakura Slash. Okay, so this one is while holding ZL, press X. Successful attacks leads into plunging thrust, which can be executed at any height. This one is the same thing. Let's actually try this. I don't know how well this will work, but we'll see. I'm going to try to mix things up a little bit. That way it's not the same thing over and over again. We're going to have our attacks deflected, so I'm doing that. Speed up sharpening. I typically go for those two because they're actually really useful, especially at the early parts of this. Yeah, this is also going to be very useful if it activates. Because the big thing about the Lagombi and the Azeros is they do a lot of like power hits where they can knock you around, and it's not fun. So, we'll get that. It just looks ridiculous. Alright. That being said, let's... I thought you could actually skip these. Or is it... I know you can skip these. Only the deflector activated it. Alright. Well, that's an important one, so... I guess in the grand scheme of it, at least that one activated. Because there's a lot of parts of the Azeros that a blade of yellow sharpness is going to deflect off of, and that's not fun.
Roaming hill and dale, a gluttonous brute leaves a sluggish trail. Attempts to sate its hunger prove of no avail. It keeps eating more and more, and with every bite, it succumbs yet further to its destructive appetite.
He has such a derpy face! That was such a derpy face! Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Alright, that's amazing right there. I love that. That's certainly a screenshot if I've ever seen one. Alright. The other reason why I am not using the Great Azeros Naginata is also because its natural state is a yellow sharpness. This has a green sharpness, which will be greatly helpful. I forget. These are trap bugs. Okay. Did I... No. I got it. I got it. Okay. First aid. So, I do that just to kind of get by them without them really being too much of a problem, because sometimes they tend to follow. Well, they can. They don't always do that. Alright, you got your basic down slash, and you can keep pressing that same button. He'll do something a little bit different. Eventually, he'll go to the stab, which is your basic A attack. And then A's going between that and an up slice. If you press A and X, he does a step back as he's slicing. And if you see that sword beside the sharpness, that is like a gauge that we want to make sure is high as possible. Oh gosh. Well, that's not what I wanted. I pressed the wrong thing again. Oh my goodness. Alright, well... This is... Oh, really? How did that even miss? He was right there. He should have gotten hit. I've got an issue with that. Alright, so it's an attack that allows him to spin and then draw. I don't know which one I like better, honestly. I think I actually like the other one, because you can basically do an immediate defensive move. And it's a counter attack. This one's just essentially a charge, which isn't bad. Oh. Oh gosh, no. Yeah, that sweeping attack can get kind of annoying. Most of the Azeros' stuff can be slightly annoying. Really? I find fighting these guys and the Lagombi at a distance to be preferable over fighting them up close, because they do a lot of stuff that's this garbage. Okay, he's running away. So we're gonna heal as we're chasing after him. And also sharpen our sword. So I would say probably using a bow against this in the Lagombi is probably gonna be the best way to do the fight. That's just my personal opinion. Okay. Oh my gosh, really? My attacks can barely connect, or they don't, and yours look like they're not gonna hit, but they do. I have a problem with that. Ow. Yeah, as long as your last attack of this hits the monster, it changes the color of the blade, which will then increase the damage. Oh my gosh. Why can't I hit? Why can't I hit? What is this? This is why I don't like using this weapon against fast enemies, because it's really not meant for that. There we go. Refilled that, which is good. I don't know what was going on there, but I did a lot of damage. Oh. I thought he was running away there for a minute. Alright. Good grief. I'm feeling kind of bad. But that was from the monster we had just hunted. That's how you make that item. Gosh. Alright. I'm feeling really bad. I'm just, like, KOing these monsters with very little effort. Alright. The stink mink. So, usually they run off a few times before you can actually do that. Also with the Azeros, if you have honey on you, he'll target you and steal your honey. And you can knock it out of him. But, yeah. That's a thing.
All in a day's work.
But I do like the other silkbind skill that you can use with the sword, so with the long sword. So maybe better to it, and I think it just kind of fits. It just depends on what your playstyle is. And I liked the hold on, dual blades second style, but I like the soaring kick a lot better. And it, like this, I don't understand why the switch skill is it causes your fighting to be different. I don't know. But that does increase your spirit gauge, which is what causes your blade to be different colors. So, I don't know. Let's use a bow. A bow this time. I'm going to use the Azeros bow. That actually gives me extra defense. And I'm going... I guess there... Is there a switch skill? Yes, there is. So, a dodge bolt doubles as an attack, baiting the attack and making it a near miss. Can charge... fill out the charge level considerably, allowing you to move forward, backward, left, or right. Okay. Let's try dodge bolt. I like the charging sidestep is what I've used a lot when I've used a bow, so I'm not too concerned about there being anything else. Okay, this is usually pretty easy to get, and we're gonna get it after this one. With it being like almost 20 minutes, I could technically make that a video, but since these only come out they're coming out like once a week, I'm not gonna really worry about it. We are gonna go ahead and do this. We'll go get the Dango and be trying to get to the point where we're good to go, I guess. Considering how fast I'm defeating these enemies, I'm kind of concerned about let's do that one. Yeah. So, I think when I might have to wait till, like, the next... I go through the next grouping of monsters, maybe. I don't know. Well, like, get to rank 3 in the story. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. We got the Dango. We're good. Yeah, it really is just the hub that you can skip the cutscene where he eats. Alright, well, that's whatever, I guess. We got the glutton one. Also, for a brief moment, I do want to show this because it's actually really hilarious. We have 3 and I can pay for it. Yes. Well, I don't know what it looks like for this. That's not nearly as funny. Okay. Next time we do the Motley Mix, I'm going to have to show it from the hub, because that one's actually hilarious. At least to me. Alright, so... It's a rabid rabbit. So this rabid rabbit...
Frosty mountain range, far from human haunts. An abominable beast does whatever it wants. Is it hare or is it bear? It is neither, so beware. It will drench the snow with blood and wreak nothing but despair.
The Silver Slider. Lagombi. Yeah, these guys... They look ridiculous, but you really shouldn't... these guys aren't really a joke. So... Especially in early game. Late game, not so much, but early game, certainly. This is the Frozen Lands. And as you can see, I've been throughout this entire area. As well as you could see with the previous area in the last episode and in this one, I was able to... I explored the entirety of each area. That's what I was trying to think of. So... can I... maybe... A fine stomach, Alra stomach. Okay. I actually need that for material.
We did it. Might as well put this to use.
And what is this going to be? An Alteroth jaw? Alright. Nice. And the stomach? Alright. So, especially depending on what weapons you have, you might want to... the Alteroth stuff can be useful. Here. Alright. Not too bad. Alright, here's the Lagombi. I will say, it's interesting that you don't have to worry about temperature. I don't know if that comes later, or if that's just because of this. I'm not sure. Oh, you're just doing spread shots. I believe that has to do with the style of fighting this is. Alright. And this is what I was trying to do previously that I couldn't figure out how to, for some reason, why I couldn't figure out what to do with that. I don't know.
I'll show you no mercy.
I could not go further. Alright. Yeah, that's the one thing with the bow when you use the Dragon Piercer, which is what that move is. With fast-moving enemies, they're really not good for it. Also, I found out more about the barrage thing. If you Pick it up. Well, if we pick that up. If you use the barrage thing, and depending on what it is, it'll change the properties of it. The recovery one is literally a heal. So, I don't know why I couldn't... Alright. Oh my goodness. The snowballs are ridiculous. Also, they changed the, And you just rolled right into me, alright. Do I have a nullberry? Yes, I do. The nullberry prevents you... It, well, heals random status elements. Doesn't heal everything. I thought it did, but no. What it does... the freezing thing it prevents you from using your wire bug abilities. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, so the Dragon Piercer does a lot of damage if it hits, and it hits multiple times. Depending on how you hit the enemy, you can do a lot of damage. And for much bigger enemies than this, it does a ton of damage. Alright, well that's just plain rude. And as you can see, unfortunately with the bow and arrow, you don't do a whole lot of damage, but you can stay out of these crazy attack patterns that these guys have, which can be its own benefit. Alright. I have to check and see exactly what that barrage ability is. Okay, he's getting exhausted, alright. Oh, gosh, that really hurt. Just seeing that. Okay. Don't be like that. Alright, I broke his ears, so... Might not be too happy about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go right behind you and just...
You're not getting away.
Hey, Ami! What are you doing running over there? Come on. Alright, so I'm going to... Oh, hold on. Let me use a first aid. I would much rather use the things that are going to vanish by the end of the time. These little fish things, or the octopi things I was showing in the little blip of a whole bunch of stuff I did in the off-screen time. Depending on what color they are, they can do different things. The green ones heal you. The red ones, they give you more affinity for your weaponry, which in turn will drastically help you. Oh, this bunny is eating some mushrooms. We can't let him continue to do that now. No, the bunny. I got... As you can see, I can get high level damage if I do the Dragon Piercer. Not always gonna be something I can pull out, just because of how fast this dude is. Yeah, because it takes a while to begin that move. Oh. When they're on the ground, though, feel free to use it definitely. Oh, gosh. At least I hit him. I was kind of concerned there. Oh, yeah. That's the... I don't know why. It has such a weird damage range, though. Yeah, the power shot's also a spread rather than a concentrated hit, too. So that's the other thing that's different. I don't mind the spread attack, though. It really kind of depends on the monster.
My friend.
Oh, alright. Maybe. Okay, you're yeeting some snowballs, alright. I think I'm okay. The power shots do a little bit more damage, but they take more stamina to use. And that's the thing about this weapon, is it's like the... Oh, I rolled right into that. Nice. This, along with the dual blades, takes a ton of stamina up. Actually, most weapons do now I think about it. Well, at least the ones I use. This uses a ton of stamina. The dual blades, the insect glaive. Alright, nice. That was a little bit more difficult, not a whole lot. Oh. There we go. Why am I having so much easier of a time now? Like, when I was doing it in my own time, it took forever to kill these things. I guess because now... and this is not even with, like, that much different gear. It really isn't. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they just have more health or what in the hub. Don't know. I'm actually genuinely confused about that. But, alright, I'm not going to complain. We got both of those within a reasonable time. I'm quite pleased.
Time to head home.
Alright, we got it. Oh, gosh, that's a lot of stuff there. We unlocked some new stuff, which is cutscene related. Alright, those two can be reported, and there's one more remaining before we have the big quest. Alright, well, we've got those. Again, that actually is going to be a decent one. Because we're hunting two monsters. We'll get the broken parts in the meantime, along with it. And the rewards for that is better than what we would get by slaying small monsters. Don't get me wrong, I like armor spheres, but having the catalyst in monster bone medium is not a bad thing. Oh. Yes. Thanks for always for ordering the Motley Mix. It's opened eyes to many new ingredients. Just be careful, you can't fill up only on meat and fish and leave no room for your Dango now. That's why, thank you for your custom. Here's a ticket for a special Dango. Don't forget to eat your bunny Dango. Alright. Cool. As I said, I'm going to show off with... This area is the hub. I want to show off, before we end this episode, what this is capable of. It's kind of silly. I'm going to pay with money, because I got more of that. They're using bamboo. And then it blows up in their face. That's why. It's just like, oh, the Palicos have 11 herbal medicine. That's not bad. 6 energy drink and 6 gunpowder. All right. So, yeah, I like that. It's got a little bit more flavor to it because it's the Palicos. They have to make something silly out of it. So, oh, again. Yep. Alright. Bunny Dango. Got 3 of those. Alright. So we don't have to pay as much for that stuff anymore. I think for the boat, that's not a bad way of keeping that up. I do tend to keep my items in the pouch very small, so I don't typically take a whole lot. Let's sort things. I really, even though I do have barrel bombs, I really don't use them. Trying to think of anything else that I want to show, at least. This is Brace. So I guess it kind of gives you the ability to take a hit without flinching. That's my guess. We can use power coating and exhaust coating, which we do not have. But, oh yeah. I was given, when I went to Hunter rank 2, went from a hunting Pelletus, which is kind of average for everything, to getting these 3. I guess the leader of the town gave, whatever his title is, gave me 2 rarity 2s, the Fortitude and the Strength Petalus, and I put the Strength on because I want the more health. And this gives you more stamina and more defense. This gives you more attack and more health. This gives you more attack and defense, but less on both of health and stamina. Not a bad thing if you're wanting to just go all in for attacking, but I haven't got anything different from this. Let's see. Yeah, as far as everything here, there's not a whole lot. Will it go be? Okay, yeah, it's this. Yeah, not really needing any of that. Alright, well... I can level it up more. That's a lot of money, but I'm willing to do it, just so I don't have to change it. Because also it gives me Divine Blessing, which increases the chance that I take reduced damage. So I'm willing to do that. And it's the only piece of equipment from this that actually does that. So, there's that. So I increased my defense by quite a bit doing that. Hunter info, and then there's village stuff. But yeah. That'll be it for this episode. Next one. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Yeah, depending on how long they take, I'll probably do like 2 missions per video, and it's going to be like the main key missions. All the optional stuff will be on the side, I'll probably either go back and do them, or I'll just do them and then come back to do the main quest stuff. Again, this is all like main storyline related type of stuff. I'm probably going to prioritize actually hunting over gathering stuff because it's better for a video that way, in my opinion. But you can give me your opinions on that too. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. Oh, now I think about it. Ooh, buddies. How have they been doing? Well, we need to... Before we end the video. Oh my gosh. We need to do that. Let's go back to the room. Actually, well, yeah, because I doubt... Why are you blowing bubbles? Let's see how they fared. Oh, Robo got some levels. Okay. Whirlwind Assault, Mega Boomerang. Alright, alright. Being all fancy. The Meowcenaries. Oh, they're on the last one. Okay. The Argosy. Nice. Thank you, Masamune, for getting those. Alright. There we go. That'll be it, and in the next one, we will continue on with the 2-star key quests. I might, in between, do some of the hub stuff. I don't know. I don't want to make myself overpowered for videos. We'll see. Just kind of depends on how things go. I think I'll try to keep an even pace to where I'll try to keep the village progress above the hub progress, so it doesn't seem like I'm overpowered, but if it seems like in a video I'm getting kind of ridiculously beat up, I'll swap it for a little while until I can even the playing field, as it were. But anyway, thank you all for joining me, and next week we'll continue this adventure. See you guys then.
See